By now, you probably know who Ezra Miller is. They're a actor who's been in movies like Justice League, playing Flash, um, as well as The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I don't know who he played. I just looked it up on Google. Okay, don't question it. He's also going to be the Flash in the upcoming Flash movie called The Flash. It's stupid. But recently they've been getting into trouble for attacking people and robbery and kidnapping. It's kind of bad. Um, this all starts on April 1st, 2020, when a video surfaced. I'm guessing on Twitter. I don't actually know where. But it was of Ezra coming across a woman who was like play fighting, which, in my opinion, doesn't seem like a smart thing to do to an actor. But regardless, she was play fighting, and Ezra was like something along the lines of, "Oh, you want to fight me?" And then like grabbed her throat, pushed her up against a dumpster, was like choking her. So that happened on in 2020, April 1st, and then on March 28th, he was arrested in Hawaii for the first time. That's right, it happens twice, and he was arrested for, and I quote, this is from the Hawaii Police Department, yelling obscenities and at one point grabbed the microphone from a 23-year-old woman singing karaoke. Now, Ezra's, alibi for this, not an alibi, but regardless, claimed that it was a self identifying Nazi screaming at them, and that's why to rip the microphone away. But, I mean, it's just not true. It was not a Nazi. And, in April 2022, Ezra was arrested again in Hawaii after throwing a chair into a woman's head because they were quote unquote irritated. So just because they were upset, they threw a chair into a woman's head, giving her a massive gash on her forehead, and was charged with second degree assault because the gash was like, I don't know, like 1.5 inch deep or something like that. It was pretty bad. And uh now, just because you're irritated doesn't mean you can assault an innocent person. That's just wrong. But even though it may be wrong, um it's not as bad as allegedly grooming two children. But this wasn't necessarily true because it had come out that one of the people who he was allegedly grooming on a unverified Twitter account, so we can't actually know if it's the real person, but Twitter thinks so. On an unverified Instagram account, I don't know if I said Twitter account. I'm an Instagram. They said that it was wrong. It was not true. So who knows? It's just one word against another. And if it is true, we can also add grooming children to this list. Then, just this month, um, he has been, like, accused, I guess, of being a cult leader, but uh, it might be accurate because the dude legitimately claims to have supernatural abilities and has like a home, I think it's like an Airbnb or something, that he lets members of his quote unquote cult stay in. And then on August 7th of this month, he was charged with, or I mean, not on this month, of this year. Don't question it. He was charged with burglary in Vermont. So it's just a lot of crimes. And now now we're gonna go on to my thoughts after a whole recap of his criminal history. A lot of people on TikTok have been saying, and Twitter also, but who cares about Twitter? No one cares. That Ezra has been just doing too many things, too many crimes. He's can't be doing that stuff. So they were saying that the Warner Bros. Movie The Flash, as I was saying, starring everyone's favorite felon, Ezra Miller, as we've been talking about, said that he's just been doing too many crimes. Don't think the movie should be released. It should just be scrapped. So Warner Bros., after a couple months of people sharing these decisions, Warner Bros. Came out with three options. Number one, they don't let Ezra go on the Meteor Tour and basically just cut him out from anything related to the movie except for him being in the movie, and I'm guessing they would also pay him because it's his likeness that they're using in the movie. Which, I mean, that's just kind of like them ignoring it and then just being like, hey, he's in the movie, but is he really? He was on the Meteor Tour, so is he really in the movie? Who knows? But he's in the movie, so yeah, it just doesn't seem like a smart option. And then, option two, they have Ezra make a public apology for their actions, which we all know how YouTube apologies are. It's going to be basically the same thing, except for it's a corporate apology, which means that it's even worse. And, yeah, and then he'd just go on the media tour like normal, and movie, he'd be at the pre-showing of the movie, all of that stuff. Or, option three, they scrap the movie entirely, and no one knows what they'll do from then on. Like, no one knows. They'll just scrap it. But in my opinion, I've got the option 4, like the option C in GTA 5 at the ending. We got option 4. Now hear me out. We reshoot the entire movie. Maybe even just completely scrap the movie, start from fresh with the same script. We cast Grant Gustin from the CW Flash show. Now you might be saying, oh, but he's bad. No, he's the only good part of those shows, except for some good casting. He's the only good part. And I don't care if it takes like 3 years to reshoot this movie. I don't care. He's so good as the Flash. We need it. We need it. We do. And like, who cares if he doesn't look like a kid? Because Robin in the comics, he was like 11, and then people above the age of 20 have been playing Robin for like however long. So DC already doesn't care about age in the comics to the movies. So who cares? As well as he can sing, so we can have Flash the Musical starring Grant Gustin and Ben Affleck. It would be beautiful. But in all seriousness, Grant would make a great Flash, and what's 2 more years of reshoots for the movie to be better and not starring everyone's favorite felon, Ezra Miller.